Hello, 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 everybody. It is the 24th of June, and we are shining the light. And we find out every day, every week, that we find more and more people, diamonds in the rough. As I said, I've been in over 5.5 years, and I've always went out and trying to find people that I believe are have a lot to offer for Unpassive. And I've yet to find, where I don't find somebody. And I believe most people, you have a handful of people that are on the screen every day, like me and myself and Chris. You know me well enough, okay? It's time to shine the light on others. I believe the company was designed that way. He designed it with heart. The biggest servant in the company is Ashley Farah. And hold on 1 minute. Shorty. Okay. I only have to remind him 17 times. Anyway, so I think that what we should be doing, not only lifting people up, but putting them above ourselves. And the only way to do that, one way to do that is shine the light. So today we got some really unbelievable people from Unpassive. They're going to tell you a little bit about themselves. And we're going to get going. I'm going to turn it over to my partner here, Chris Johnson.
Thank you, Marty DeGarmo. Number one, welcome to you all. Today is about you. If you hear noises in the background, just try to, Mercer, can you please mute yourself now until we get to you? There you go. You might hear dogs barking, kids crying. That's because we're live, and that's what we do. I want to start real quick because I know you guys got a lot to say. I met this gentleman in Georgia. Not only is he tall, but he's very good looking. I got to say that. Which he paid me to say that. So I want to bring him out. I met him, his brother's on here, and his beautiful mom. Mom could not make it, and we had another guy, David Cox. He was in his car. He couldn't get through, and that's okay. We'll get you later. So I want to start this off by introducing Mr. Michael Morse.
Yes, hello to all my brothers and sisters around the globe. God bless. I am from the Atlanta, Georgia area. I've been here since 2000. I live right down the street from Dr. Bill, so he's one of my neighbors. I became a member of Unpassive back in 2019, January, and it was a friend of mine who introduced me. And when he first told me about it, it was the most exciting thing that I've ever come across. And, over the years, I've been in various businesses that made big promises like Marty and did not come through. So when I first heard about Unpassive, it was almost as if here we go again. And but after going through the information that Ash had, it woke me up, and I'm like, this just sounds too good to be true. It also seemed to be one of those, I guess you could say, this is the right place at the right time opportunity. And as I got more and more involved with Unpassive and started meeting some of the global ambassadors around the globe, I said, this sounds too good to be true. So I decided to go ahead and give it a try. There's a lady here in Atlanta who's been to Dubai and seen the Burj Khalifa. She saw the train station on the metro station there in Dubai. And that really got me pumped because I said to myself, this is real. Like I said, my dream is I think that's why Bless means so much to me, because my goal in life is to help people. I am a churchgoer, and I just believe in blessing others. So, like I said, once I saw more of Unpassive over the years, talking with Ash, being on the various webinars, it is so exciting. And like I said, there's nothing else that I have as far as my future is concerned, and I really want to see this happen. I really believe that we're going to change the world. Like I said, bless the hungry. There's no reason why we have so many homeless and hungry people in this country. And I really would like to see Unpassive make a change there. And I always say, how can anyone be against love? So again, that's my feeling. And again, I'm here. And basically, that's all I have to say right now. So I'll move on.
Wow. Thank you, Michael. Very good. Tall, good looking, and wise. Unbelievable there. And it was a pleasure to meet you, Michael. And we love our sound bites. On that note, I'm going to bring on a very beautiful sister of mine. I believe she's a school teacher. Matter of fact, I know she's a school teacher. She's got one of the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen. She's got a heart that's bigger than her smile. And I want to introduce her as Miss Megan Mitchell. Please open your mic.
Thank you, Chris. That's my name, Megan Mitchell, and I am from Illinois, which Ash informed me is one of the biggest pumpkin states. I did not know that before. But my background is in art, interior design, and education. And this past year was my 23rd year teaching in the public education system, high school, primarily high school. But I feel like, we talk about what is your passion. I feel like my passion is creating. I feel like that's what I was born to do. And I think back to when I was a little child and I used to create these elaborate scenarios in my head, a lot of daydreaming, thinking about the future, what it was going to be like, just very, very vivid. And, as I think about it over the years, I kind of stopped daydreaming, about things because the reality of economy and our current, financial state really set in. So I dialed that down and started, thinking, this is where I'm at, because education is not, it's not a wealth making career. And I thought, I need to be realistic about what I'm going to be able to accomplish. But and I had tried a few things, just like some others online, and they were pretty much unsuccessful. And I thought, I'm not doing that anymore. It's disappointing. And then in 2020 of December, we were at my sister's house, and my brother-in-law, Alan Carr, who is a police officer, brought up ONPASSIVE. And the fact that he's very kind of skeptical by nature is why I was like, well, if he believes this, if he thinks this is legit, then $97, what can I lose? So it wasn't a difficult decision. We joined the next day, and I feel like the journey with ONPASSIVE, you go through these different stages. You go through kind of the initial, like, what exactly is this? Then you go into the fantasizing about what it could be. You're excited. You want to tell other people, and unfortunately, those closest to us are the ones with the most closed minds, and they look at you like you're crazy. They shoot you down, and then you kind of come into a seasoning, I think, over the years of, having it evolve you as to what it is for you. So, I've gone through all those stages, and I think that the waiting period is really good for us because it helps to prepare us, and initially, obviously, everyone's thinking about, oh, money, I can do this, but it is so much bigger than that. In school, we always talk about how kids come to us with not having their needs met at home, and they're not able to absorb information. They're not able to live up to their truest potential. And for me, I feel like ONPASSIVE is exactly that for the founders. I feel like, Ash has given us this gift and this opportunity for us to get past that fight or flight mode and that basic survival, which is where a lot of people are at. I mean, you can't live up to your truest potential if you can't take care of your health issues, pay your bills, all these things that we struggle with so much. And so I see ONPASSIVE as, when people ask me, well, what are you going to do? And my first thought is, I'm just going to exhale. I'm going to breathe, because so many of us have been holding our breath for so long, trying to, keep everything going and pay all the bills and not being able to address your health issues. So for me, it's just such a blessing in that way. So there are several reasons why I'm still here. And for me, it's very obvious. I think if you're involved, they say, the proof's in the pudding. And I think it's very obvious. We talk about evidence, and just like Michael was talking about, the Burj Khalifa, the metro station, the train station, all of these things to me are so obvious. And, you can't really explain it to other people because it really does sound ridiculously too good to be true. Because it is. And that's the cool thing, is it almost makes you feel like chosen, like it's divine intervention. And I really do believe that hearing about ONPASSIVE is not just luck. I believe that. So the evidence keeps me here, the integrity of the company, the transparency, the fact that, he's taken us on this journey and let us see all of the trials and all of the issues and things, and just been really open and honest. And one of the biggest parts that is exciting to me is the inclusivity, the global part of it, because I feel like in our world, all we hear about is an us, them kind of narrative, and what's wrong with everyone, those people, and all of that. And it's trying to divide us. And I feel like ONPASSIVE has done exactly the opposite. ONPASSIVE is bringing us all together. And that's really exciting to me, because I've always been interested in, other cultures, and, I collect things from all over the world. And I've been able to kind of bring that into my classroom. I'm very excited about OBLESS. OBLESS is not a charity. I understand that. But in that spirit, I was able to connect with William from Seeds Academy and do projects with my students to raise money for him, for their students, not as a way to say, oh, it's just a charity, but more just to say, this is the spirit of ONPASSIVE, and hopefully pass that down to those kids and give them that, that's what we're supposed to be doing, is helping others. How many of us have fantasized about being able to give that person in the drive-through an extra $100 or an extra, just because it will make their day. So, the connections with the people around the world, that's one of the biggest things that keeps me going. The belief and the evidence. And one of the biggest things is the people who are high up, the CEO, Ash, Dr. Tariq, Muhammad Kamal. What other company can you be in that is this big, where those people treat you and speak to you on a regular basis in person? I mean, that to me is enormous. And when you tell people that makes them not believe it even more, because they're like, yeah, okay, they're going to talk to you, So I'm just very excited to see where this goes. I'm ready to exhale and then move past the exhale and move into the good stuff. And, I have a son. We have a son. I have a son that's 15 today, his birthday, Lyric. And I can't wait to see, just to be able to know that his future is secure, and just to be able to do good things for other people.
Wow. Very good. I do have a surprise for you. I forgot to tell you, a couple of weeks back, myself and Marty were talking to Ash in a video, and he popped up the pumpkin.
Aww.
And he said the 2 weeks that he's been recovering, that he had got a chance to open all the things that people gave him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He showed it on the video. Yeah, he did.
And he said he keeps putting it on the top of his shelf up there. His wife says it doesn't go with the decor. So
bring it out. Bring it out in October.
Yeah, that sounds good. Megan, that was absolutely wonderful. Love to hear your story. Now, This next lady, which is very connected to Megan, they are married for a couple years now. I have not really met Dana. She's brand new, and I love hearing brand new people. And I'd like to introduce Miss Dana Goin. Go ahead, Dana.
Hi. Well, it's going to be a tough act to follow all that because I'm not a public speaker. I'm not a teacher. So I'm Dana. I've also, again, been on Passive since December of 2020. I have been in retail for the last 9 years or so. I currently am working at Best Buy, so I am around technology all the time. And I worked at a Radio Shack before that. So if anyone remember those stores. So whenever On Passive was brought to our attention, just the whole IT, tech, all of that was already kind of just like a no-brainer. That was before we really even knew what it was, the products, and what it was about. But my passion, I'm also a musician, and I play guitar and I sing, and I'm in a band, and my brother's a drummer. And I try to play as many gigs as I can on the side because that's what I love to do. But that's kind of where On Passive will come in, and the time and the freedom to be able to do those things that I like to do kind of with Megan and her art. But it's just like kind of what Megan was saying, it's like there's so many like people out there that are hurting, and it's just like I don't carry cash on me hardly ever. Not that I have much of it anyway, because the struggle is real. But, it's like there's been times in the drive-thru where I've paid for somebody behind me, or I've seen someone that's homeless and I've had a few bucks on me. And as much as that hurts, because I'm like, I wish I could give you more, But there's stuff like that out there that like I just am looking forward to. And kind of like what Marty and Chris said on their live this morning, like there's definitely more good people out there in the world than there are bad. It's just that, and in the fact that Ash is going to do what he's going to do for us founders by giving us the resources and the tools to be able to spread that throughout all of humanity is just mind-boggling to me. And that's just something that I'm looking forward to every day, along with all of our hopes and dreams that we'd like to do. Like Megan said, we just want to breathe for right now and get that weight lifted off of our shoulders. But, in the future, we definitely want to travel and do the fun things like everyone else. And it was honestly like another thing with On Passive is the fact that this is all a family, right? And we were fortunate enough to meet up with Eric Kessler. For those that Eric, he lives about a few hours away. So we kind of had this meeting point and had dinner with him and his wife, Janice. And they're family for life, friends for life. They're amazing people. And it was just pretty awesome to be able to hear him talk about his hopes and his dreams and his Corvette and all the things that he wants to do too. And so, yeah, I'm just super excited to see what's in store for us and On Passive. And obviously grateful for Ash and just grateful for everybody in the company because it is a huge family. But yeah, I'm glad to be here and thank you guys for having me.
Wonderful, Dana. And the dog is excited as
I
well.
know. I'm sorry.
You don't have to say sorry. Marty never says sorry, and it's okay. Dana, it's going to be amazing to watch an educator or a school. I like educator, school teacher, amazing person, and a musician. Millions of people are going to connect with you because of those two professions. So keep doing what you're doing, Dana. It's a very fun time for me to hear you for the first time. Like I said, I see pictures and your beautiful face and smile. I can't wait to see more pictures of you rather than Megan. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
it was very. Go ahead.
Thank you. No, like I said, like it's hard for me to with work and stuff to be on certain webinars. So I do get the chance to be able to listen to you guys every morning. And that's always a huge blessing because you guys are so positive and motivating and inspiring. So I appreciate that and what you guys do too.
You are very positive, both yourselves, and we all know the struggle is real.
Yeah.
So we also know that the struggle we're facing now is going to be lifted here. I say soon, and just hang in there. And I love you both for coming down here. Dana, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to this next guy. He's a little quiet, but he's very good in his words. So I'd like to introduce Mr. Mirza. Oh my gosh, is it Beg?
That's correct.
Woo, I got
Thank you.
it
Thank you,
right.
Chris. You have 100.
Go ahead, my brother. It's all yours.
Uh, First of all, I really appreciate, thank you very much to you, Chris, and thank you, Marty, for giving an opportunity to express my feeling. I was in a little pound. Of course, I can go to the small like webinars and talk to people, but sharing my feeling to every one of them is a really big thing for me now. uh, I spend most of my life in like a traditional business. Right after college I start my business, and I operated that for almost like a 21, 22 years or something. But something has happened based on some bad decisions and blind trust and everything. So I lost everything in around 2021. uh, I have a two philosophies. Actually, I have a lot, but I'll give share with two right now. Two philosophy. One is first dictionary. When I bought it, I tear down the word impossible. There is no impossible in my dictionary. And second thing is uh, anything comes in my way, I always say yes to that. What I mean by that, I always say yes, then figure it out later if I don't know how to do it. I never say no to thing. That's how in 2020 somebody comes to me. I don't know anything about that this on passive before. In 2020, somebody came to me and say, "Hey, you know what? You wants to you wants to join the company." But actually, he said the company. But in my opinion, I don't think so. This is a company. This is a movement. So anyway, and thank you very much, Chris. You had gave me very good. By the way, in that Obless one time, I comes to on your webinar that time, and I shared the Peter's rule. Also had a comment on that one. Also, uh, I've been doing this from long time. Even if I just make $1, almost 40 cents, I'll always give it to other people. So until right now, even if I see anybody is approaching to the dumpster or eating or something, I pull that out, take it to the store, say, "Go, I'll buy something for you." Then that day, in your oblast, you have shared something. Say that why don't we do something? It said uh, like a food truck. That was your idea. That I really like that, and I've been doing that also. And I'm doing only one day in a week. But after making on passive, my back is strong. I have a multiple dreams. One of the dream was is there will be a food truck for every day to the homeless people. And second dream will be uh, in the winter time, I'm going to rent the whole like a motel or something. Anybody is sitting outside, I'll just go into that model. That's my project. Of course, I'm not able to do right now what I'm making, but my when my back gets strong, of course I'm going to do that one. uh, and I I I think, Chris, negative have to have a negative. if you don't have a negative, how are you going to appreciate the positive thing? But the thing is, you have to have the people who have uh, like a hear the negative thing, don't get distracted. You have to be strong first to in able to handle the negative thing. I've been hearing a lot. I have a lot of debates with a lot of people, and I've been, end of the day, I've been, able to make those people right. That's I never had a ability doubt on ability for the Ash Mufaras. I am 100% behind him. Be, beyond beyond my imagination, and no conditional. There is no condition for that. So, oh, if he do that one, so I'm going to do this one. No, I'm going to be following him. Whatever. Don't you think that I'm going to get negative also sometime? Of course I do. I can challenge to every one of them. No one can say that I'm 100% positive all the time. Yes, I'm not negative on his abilities. I'm a negative on the outside world. But anyway, my time is up right now. Chris, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I hope everything will be fine. The message for to every one of them: be positive. Everything will be okay. Thank you very much. Back to you, Chris.
Wow, now I know why. Now I know why you're in a pass. Oh, you got me all choked up. Marissa, I know you have an American flag in there. What's your home country?
I born in India, but I've been in America for almost. I came down over here when I was like 14 or 13 years old. I finished my high school over here. I did my college and everything over here.
Very good. Yeah. All right, so we got some Indian roots there. I love it. Marissa, I want to thank you very much. Very positive message to a lot of people that's going to listen to it, and I know why you're here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future more. Again, my brother, thank you very much. I love you with all my heart.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, last but not least is this other tall, better looking guy. No, I'm just kidding, Michael. These two are brothers. Mr. Keith, I got to meet Keith and, like I said, Michael and his mom in Georgia. We had a really good time. Joking earlier, I said my neck was still stiff because they're so tall, and I had to look up to talk to them, but that was okay. It was definitely worth the look up. But Mr. Keith, come on down. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, okay. How's everybody doing? Pleasure to be here with you all. My name is Keith Morris. I'm from the Atlanta, Georgia area, here in the United States. I got into ONPASSIVE through my brother Michael. He came over to my house one day. He said, "Hey, I got something to talk to you about." I said, "Oh God, here we go again." He's been in these things since I've known him. He's always been saying, "There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way." When he came to me with ONPASSIVE, I was like, he probably spoke for about a half a minute. I said, "I'm in." The fact that it was just $97 and you don't have to pay anything else until you started making something brought me in, hook, line, and everything else. The fact that it is willable was the bonus. So looking at this thing, I'm thinking I spent more than $97 just a night out. So August of 2020, I entered ONPASSIVE. And I've seen growth in this business since then. And I tell you, I thank God every day for Mr. Mafar. The man is a blessing. And there's not enough I can say about him except that thank you, sir, and I pray for you. I can only imagine that to start a business on a street corner in one place would take so much out of a person. So many of them fail. And there's times that I look at my situation and say, boy, I wish this on passive would happen. I wish this on passive would happen. But I sit back and I think, this man is trying to start something globally. So how do you expect him to start something that no one else has ever done in a lifetime to just start right up? So I have to pace myself and say, hey, look, you've made it this far without on passive. Just think of it as a rich uncle who's going to leave you something when he passes. It may be a bad analogy, but I know in my heart, with all this that I see from the time on passive started, I've seen the growth. Uh, the back office has grown exponentially. I look at everything that's happened in Dubai, India, Egypt, uh, all over the world. As far as the people I've met through on passive, it's just mind-boggling. I understand the fact that it's going to happen in God's time, not Ash's time, not my time, not anyone's time. It's going to happen in God's time. I'm glad I gave Ash that wheel a long time ago. I consider myself a New York City cabbie, and I don't want nobody driving me anywhere. But Ash, you can drive me anywhere, and I will feel good about it. You got the wheel, buddy. And there's times that I feel like a little low, but I can turn you guys on in the morning at 10 o'clock and I feel better. I get recharged, and I thank you. And I thank Red. I thank Julie. I thank everybody, Ron, Rob, Lynn. I thank all of you for keeping us inspired. And I understand that y'all go through a lot. Y'all put a lot out there, and I thank you. Um, for whoever's not looking at on passive, I got people that I bought into on passive who have not even opened up their O Connect yet. And I don't feel sorry for them. I feel blessed for them because they're in. So it's just a matter of time before this thing lights up. And when it does, we're going to have to hide, because people are going to be pulling out our coattails. They're going to be, those are the people or the founders there in our past. If I've seen them, I know about them. We're going to have to hide. We're going to be like rock stars. And that's what Ash keeps saying. We're going to be rock stars. So, Dana, sharpen up your instrument. Get ready to play that music, girl. Megan, get your art ready to display. We're all going to be on top very, very soon. So I thank you. And I'll see you all at the top. Megan, get ready to design a living room for Marty, because we're going to be at his house on that sofa. Let's go. Boom, baby. Yeah.
Wow. Again, this is the first time I think I've heard Keith talk. I could be wrong. There's been a lot of stuff, but thank you, Keith. Amazing, amazing things you just said. We know all about you. And I was just thinking of Dana too. We can have Mirza. She's gonna decorate his food trucks. I can guarantee you that too, with some artwork there. So that was pretty cool, man. I really enjoyed it. You didn't talk that way when we were in Georgia. Come on now. But before I hand it over to Marty, I want to say this is what shining the light on others is about. We can use this video as actually to train people, to teach people that we want to know about you. Every one of us let you know about yourselves, and the world's going to know. You heard Ash Mafar say many times, The world is going to know your name. They're going to know your name. You will be hunted. As Keith says, they're gonna track you down because they're gonna want in. And I love that. So I want to personally thank every one of you because every one of you puts so much value into this from your heart, your passions, and Mirza, from what you always been doing. I love that fact because there's a lot of people in passive who, hey, 40 cents or $1, what you said, that's probably more than some people can give. And I appreciate that. I love people like that, but I love every one of you. On that note, I'm going to turn it over to my brother from a different mother who I love with all my heart, Mr. Marty DeGarmo.
Wow, wow, wow. This made my day. This is two important days in your life. It's the day you're born and the day you find out why. This is my why. No joke. No joke. This means a lot. And you hear people talk, that I'm not right about a lot, but I was right about something. There's a lot of diamonds out there and I'm passive. I just met 5 more. So beautiful. And we'll be back. And I'm so glad that you came out and did this. Sometimes it's not easy. Our job is to make it feel calm and you feel like a good place to talk. But if you have anybody that you'd like the light shined on them, get a hold of Chris. And by the way, Dana, I'm looking at you and I go, who does she look like? You look like my baby daughter. No joke. No joke. Anyway, thank you, everybody. And thank you for watching our lives. It's we don't rehearse, as you can tell. I mean, there's no Steven Spielberg involved. Usually we get on and I have no idea what I'm going to say until I click the camera on. But I found out something in my entire life. If you love something, it's easy to talk about it. So, and Chris tells me every day, I don't have anything. Okay. That means he's going to have a lot to say. You get used to it. But I appreciate all of you. This was fantastic. This was one of the best ones we've done, really.
Yeah.
Really. And I see that with the time, it's just 1 hour. It's probably good to have this many people. You all hopefully said what you wanted to say. And remember, maybe 6 months, 7 months, we come back. And I think we'll have a bigger story, I hope. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much.
I love every one of you. Great job for all of you.